Look at them.
There's
a whole line of them. 1, 2, 3. Sugarloaf. You know, I've bonefish there and permit fish there. And while I'm bonefishing and permit fishing, you see big sharks and you just kind of file that away. And when it's time to go shark fishing, you think, hey man, that'd be a cool place to do it. I will try it there. Here he comes right here, look. He's on it.
Did he eat it right there? Did he eat it?
This is the big dude right here, buddy.
Nice, man.
Oh! Look at that, over pure white sand. That's a 400-pound lemon right there, man. Whopper.
Yes, look at that guy. That is a shark.
That's the biggest fish I've ever caught.
I thought you said you had
Got him, relax.
Oh, dude, he just ripped my boat off.
The Saltwater Experience, presented by Yellowfin, with Captain Tom Rowland and Captain Rich Tudor.
All right, man, one of my favorite spots, Sugarloaf. I used to put in here all the time. This is mecca of sport fishing. Steve Huff, Del Brown, they put in here every day. All the Guerin brothers, Doug Kilpatrick, Simon Becker, everybody.
So what are we gonna look for?
Today, sharks. We've got all these new Finor Marquesa reels. Gonna break them in right, man. I'm gonna take you out there. We're gonna find some big sharks.
Big ones you're always bragging
big
about?
Big ones, yep, big ones. And we're gonna get those and see what those reels can do. I got a feeling they're gonna hang in there just fine. So off we'll go to get a couple of these big sharks.
Put me on them, man.
Let's do it.
You've told me about it and you told me about it, and it was nice to actually get you to show it to me. You know, that was an awesome morning. We left early, trailered from Hawks Cay, you know, got down to Big Pine, launched at a spot I really hadn't launched at before. There was at Sugarloaf Marina.
Sugarloaf, yep, spent
you know,
tons of time there.
I would have not thought that that was a shark spot. You know, you're in the middle of a bunch of mangrove islands. There was a, you know, it was a narrow little cut between the mangrove islands leading in this bay, but, you know, that didn't look like a shark spot to me. You know, I wouldn't have thought that that was a shark spot. I would have thought, you know, hey, we'll see bonefish here or, you know, something else. Yeah, we did. But we power poled right on the edge of that bank with that little white sand strip there, and you know, you drug those carcasses in there, put the power pole down, took our time rigging.
I think today we'll probably catch mostly lemons.
And what size range is it usually?
2 to 4. Usually, you know, I say that today they'll be all 75 pounds, but
200 to 400 pounds.
2 to 400. Yeah.
Really?
Better tie that knot tight.
But after we got rigged up, it was cool. You know, you had that chum working the whole time we were rigging, and immediately I looked up and here comes a nurse shark. You know, he came streaming in. I mean, a great sign. I mean, it didn't take long. You know, your chum's working. The current was starting to flow out good, and you know, here they come.
I'm just gonna put mine out there and get it on the bottom, see whatever's out there, whether it's a nurse or a lemon or a bull or whatever. We're gonna, you know, this is the kind of thing just like the mangroves I'm always talking about. Action brings more action. You catch 5 or 6 nurse sharks, all of a sudden it's gonna start happening, man, because they're gonna cough up stuff. Everything's gonna be moving in. But we've got a lot of activity out here, and I know not all of it is nurse sharks.
Wasn't long. Here comes another lemon shark. And they were streaming in one after the other, and you know, then it was just a matter of, all right, you ready to start fishing them? You're getting bit, Tom.
I am.
You got bit.
Okay. Once that knife is out.
You're on. Got him?
Yep.
Nice job, buddy. Just be patient, huh? That's gonna be a good lemon.
Yep, that's a good one.
Yeah, not too much drag with that little hook. Nice. Good
Good
job,
double.
buddy. What'd you have, that head?
Yeah, but you know what it was? Is it was up spinning in the current. Make sure you get it down on the bottom. Like maybe even put a weight on it. There's 3 or 4 of them following you right there. You know, that's one of the things that I've got wired like nothing else. And in the lower keys, the shark fishing's a little bit different than up here. And a lot of the
bigger
best,
and more plentiful.
Well, you know that, but then there's the ability to really see them and really get a big shark in shallow water over white sand and have the most visual shark fishing experience.
Look at that. He's coming up to eat it right there. Oh, that was cool.
This second one's gonna eat it.
He's gonna come up. Look at that. Oh, that's awesome.
It's as simple as you know, any other type of fishing, bone fishing, permit fishing, tarpon fishing, you can specifically go after big ones, or you can specifically go after numbers. And typically the places where you're going to see a lot of them might not be the ones where you're going to see the biggest ones. And you know, so in all of the different research and you know, trial and error that I've done, found the big ones, and I've found places where I can bring them into water that makes it such an incredibly exciting experience. All right, you got your landing gloves on?
Yeah, man.
Here's one pushing back.
Where are the gloves? In the center console?
That's some pressure.
That's a good sized fish, bud. You're not kidding. This is where the adult sharks live. It's cool to have the kid shark spots where the kid size are there, and then the adult size here. That's a big boy. That's full grown.
Catch them twice that big.
You know, that's bigger than I thought, though.
Yeah, and we're gonna catch them twice that big. That one will bite you. That one will bite you.
Well, you're putting a lot of heat on. Very cool. Look at that. That is a big shark, man. I can't believe we got like 10 of them swimming around. You're saying we might catch them twice that big?
We can catch them twice that big, easy.
Lemons?
Easy.
That's a big lemon, man.
Just get that hook out.
Try without losing my fingers.
No, dude, that's easy peasy. It's right on the edge. Just hold on to it.
There we go.
Hey, you're turning into a shark expert.
I don't know about that. That's a little shaky.
All right, now listen, here, you bait up. I got some work to do on this chum line. We're gonna get these things going.
Good job.
Yeah, that's awesome. And it's getting ready to get better. Look at them. There's a whole line of them.
A train of them.
1, 2, 3, 4.
The Saltwater Experience, presented by Yellowfin, is brought to you by Mercury, by Yellowfin, only in a Yellowfin, by Lowrance, find, navigate, dominate, and by Costa Sunglasses, Motor Guide, and Power Pole.
All right, here comes one hot on right up the chum line. He's gonna eat my bait right here. Watch this. Come on, baby, eat it. Eat it. Look how hot he is. Oh, he's gonna eat it. Oh, he just munched it right there. That was cool.
Awesome. Now see, we're gonna be able to get.
There he goes.
We can get him on
That was
lures like that.
awesome, man.
Yeah, that was really nice.
That was cool. He came in so much hotter than any of the others.
Well, it's starting to happen, you know.
You got him worked down.
Action brings more action.
That was a good bite there. I like seeing that.
Action brings more action.
He just scarfed it. You know, you started chumming aggressively, and the more little chunks you were throwing in there, I was watching them feed, and I had my bait out there, and I had it right on the surface, you know, and I was watching them come in. They'd stream up and turn off. They'd stream in and turn off, and then as you got them chummed up heavier, he came in hot and he slurped it right off the surface. Nice big lemon, put the hook in him, and awesome, man. That was a great fight. Such a cool bite to watch him come up and eat it off the top.
Could you tell what he was?
Big lemon. Nice lemon. Look at him. Wow, what a head shake. There he goes for a run.
Lemon sharks are cool because, you know, they can come completely out of the water, but a lot of times they'll come up to the surface, shake their head, and you'll see other ones following along with them. But man, what a fight. I mean, big fight on these little rods, and this is a new category for tackle, is it's not really stand-up tackle. It's not really, I mean, this is like a little bit bigger than a bass rod, you know,
but,
and here we are
power to
catching
catch a giant 300-pound fish.
Right, and so, you know, I love the lemons. They're so cool for that, and the situation, you know, I like catching them in muddy water, and I like catching them where you can't really see them or fishing in the glare or whatever. There's nothing better than clearly looking out there and going, I want to catch that one right there.
That's what we were doing, picking out the big ones. All right, you ready?
Yep.
Mine's not quite as big as yours, but man, I got a lot of drag on this thing.
I don't know what you're doing, but it's making that rod bend over a lot.
It's a lot of heat on it. 60.
Hello. Don't let him bite our chum.
65-pound braid, man. A lot of power there.
Come on, big boy. Yep, that's an arm. Nice. And I like that, man. He keeps doing that, making all that noise and racket, and that's gonna make all these guys come in here. All his buddies are like, hey, Fred found something. Let's eat it. He's eating over there. Hello. It's through his mouth and on the other side. There's one right on the surface there. As we start catching them and having some great fun with these sharks and testing these reels out, they become a little more picky, they become finicky, they're starting to not come right to the boat. And as soon as that starts to happen, I know, hey, it's time to move, because while this is cool and we're gonna continue to see them and we're gonna hook one occasionally, I got something better right over here.
Talk about better, man. That was, you know, I thought you were talking about, we had that little white sandy strip there and we could see them good. But then when you took us out and you showed me that giant, I mean, mile-long white sand strip that was pure white sand for as far as you could see, I mean, that's something that we just do not have anywhere in the Upper Keys. Right. Nothing like that. I mean, we'll have these little sandbars, you know, on the edges of a channel or something like that. But man, that is a very unique thing to the Lower Keys.
We got such incredibly good tide flow.
Yeah.
That I think this is probably going to happen here. Pretty cool area. Now, what we could do is I started out here, but if we wanted to, if we got them coming in, we could take them right up into the middle and we could see them coming for 400 yards across this white sand.
This is something we don't have any of, and you know, Islamorada is just a giant white sand flat like this.
Yeah.
It's a neat spot.
I'm gonna drain out some of this water, man.
Yeah.
Go for broke. Let's see what we can get here. Been collecting these carcasses for a couple of days. A lot of good water in there. Just kind of let that drain out. Maybe that'll help us bring in a couple of these sharks. I really want you to see them come across this white sand. It's one of the coolest things we got, man.
Yeah, it'd be awesome.
The Saltwater Experience, presented by Yellowfin, is brought to you by Yeti Coolers, wildly stronger, keep ice longer. Bass Pro Shops, your adventure starts here. Quantum Rods and Reels, fishing at a quantum level. And by LOADMASTER Boat Trailers, Marine Formula Staybill, Plano, and King Sailfish Mounts.
Sugarloaf is, you know, a place where I fish a lot. So, you know, I've bonefish there and permit fish there and tarpon fish there. You see the tarpon come over those edges, and while I'm bonefishing and permit fishing, you see big sharks, and you just kind of file that away. And when it's time to go shark fishing, you think, hey man, that'd be a cool place to do it. I will try it there. And you know what? It works.
Well, that was amazing to me. Seeing that big white sand, you drug the chum up to it for about half a mile, and the closer we got to that white sand, I mean, I just could not believe how vast, how pure white it was with that sun out. Right as we pulled up there, here's a big school of tarpon, you know, or 3 or 4 of them that swam right by. We could see those for hundreds of yards away. Amazing visibility. I just kept thinking, you know, man, if a shark comes through here, this is gonna be cool. Yeah. Look at him come. Oh, awesome, man. Awesome. He's coming in hot now.
Where are you seeing?
On those black spots coming towards us. Circling around. Oh boy, he's hot, dude. We're gonna get them.
Well, there are a couple of carcasses that slipped off the stringer. That's cool. You see what happened there? That shark came like this, across, hit our chum line, is like, whoa, what is going on here? Because we didn't bring him in on the chum right there. Here he comes right here, look. He's on my bait. He's on it.
Did he eat it right there? Did he eat
This is the big dude right here, buddy.
Nice, man.
Oh! Look at that, over pure white sand. That's a 400-pound lemon right there, man. I don't know how big it is. I've never seen a dead one, but I can tell you that's a whopper. Whopper. This one came across the chum line, hit a massive area of scent because I had also just dispersed a whole bunch of eggs and chopped the carcasses up, and I think we had even started draining the cooler. And this shark comes in, comes straight in, and it was cake, you know. Yeah, this is the real deal right here, bud.
That's a big boy. You got the good hook on there?
Look at that thing, man. That reel is singing.
What size hook do you have? The J hook?
Yeah, I got a J hook. And you know, here's the dilemma. You catch a big fish, you'll want to bring it all the way to the boat, but is it worth leaving your chum line? Because I know what's going to happen. Put your anchor out, tie the chum to it, but here's the problem. You come back and there's a frayed end of a rope there because they've just eaten all of your chum. So I didn't want to do that. I also didn't want to get off the power pole and even take the danger of messing up the chum line.
You did a great job fighting that fish. I mean, that was a huge fish, probably the biggest one we had hooked all day.
I had the right gear.
Now you got him coming.
He's like,
wow,
10 feet long. This guy.
That's a big boy. There you got him coming.
This is one. Whew. This one's a big one. Anywhere for anybody. That's the deal right there. That's the one we're looking for. It's like that 150-pound tarpon. Oh!
Gone. That's all right. Good job, man. That was cool. That was cool. Got a good look at him there. Oh, here comes another one.
Well, either way, man, I don't know if I can even catch another one, dude. That was...
Good job, dude.
That was serious.
That was a big fish.
Oh, you know what? Exactly what I was afraid of.
Weak link.
Exactly. Look at that.
Yep.
Pulled out the whole time.
But I like that. At least he's not swimming around
up
with a hook in his mouth, though.
Well, that's all right. There'll be other big ones that'll come in here if you feel like catching one.
I'd like to catch one.
I just got a picture of a brand new yellowfin with a 300 Mercury from Saltwater Experience fan John right across Twitter. Lucky guy. And he just asked me, what are some things that he can do to protect his investment? There are a couple of things that I like to do every time I take the boat out of the water. Now, the first thing I'm going to do when I take it out is I'm going to pull the drain plug and I'm going to make sure that I look in the bilge and try to get any tiny little pieces of monofilament that might be in there, because as I'm tying knots and putting on new lures, these small pieces of monofilament will fall down and sometimes they will get into the bilge. So if I can get as many of those things out of the bilge, I might protect my bilge pump, make it last a little bit longer, and could possibly save the boat from sinking. The last thing that I'm going to do every time that I take the boat out of the water, and this is a really, really important one, is I'm going to use a prop wrench just like this, and I'm going to put it on the prop and I'm going to take this prop off. And I'm going to look to see if there's any monofilament or braided line wrapped around the prop shaft. Because yes, of course, this prop is powerful enough to break monofilament, but sometimes it just wraps it around the shaft and it can actually tear up or cut the seal that holds all of the lower unit lubrication in the lower unit, and you need that. You have to have it. So if you have fishing line on there and it finally just cuts that seal, you could lose all this lubrication. You might not be able to make it back to the dock. Now, those are some of the simplest things that you can do to protect your investment and make sure that every day you have is on the water is a great one. Now listen, if you have questions about fishing, boat maintenance, whatever it may be, hit us up on Twitter, Facebook, or send us an email directly from our website. We'll be happy to answer it for you.
The Saltwater Experience, presented by Yellowfin, is brought to you by Hawks K, the only key you'll need. By Florida Keys and Key West, come as you are. And by Corrosion Block, Under Armour, Scott Fly Rods, and FRABILL Fishing Gear.
Can't believe you. Look at all of them coming now. Look at them. There's a train of line of them.
A train of them.
1, 2, 3, 4. I put on a serious bait this time too. Put on an entire head and shoulders.
Oh, he's looking at it. He's sniffing it.
Think I should catch him?
He's gonna eat it. He's gonna eat it. He's gonna eat it.
He's taking off.
Got him?
Yeah. He's taking off.
That's the biggest one, dude. You're gonna have your
try
hands
setting the
full
hook a
now.
little bit differently this time. See, this time I just pulled it in slowly. Hey, leave yours right there, man. You're gonna get bit right here.
That was so cool, that last fish. I mean, he came in, sniffed my bait, refused it, sniffed my bait, refused it, and then your bait's sitting right next to mine, and for whatever reason, your shark mojo was better, and he ate your bait, set the hook, that thing just blistered run across that white sand. So visual with that sun, seeing that big black body, and that was a giant fish, man. And this time you had the heavier hook. You could put as much drag as you wanted, and you really put some heat on that fish. Brought him back to the boat, chased him around the boat, and then, I mean, that was very impressive.
Yeah, and you know, here's a big fish in shallow water running as fast as he can away from you, and that's tough. But you know, with the right gear, you can really put some heat on him, and you can, you know, it's a 200 to 250 pound lemon shark, so there's situations where he's going to do whatever he wants. But you know, with the right gear, you can land that fish fairly quickly and have him pretty well played out at the boat.
Giant sharks on this white sand. This is cool.
And we got him all the way back.
At that
you
point,
didn't want
though,
to take the hook out again.
At that point, I was gonna, you know, that was the biggest fish of the day. At that point, I would be happy to hold your rod and let you dehook them, and you did a great job. You got the hook out and didn't lose any fingers, and watched him swim away. Good job, man. Good job. There he goes.
Happy.
Look at him swim away.
Look
at
how
him swim
wide
away.
those pecs are. Now, dude, could you catch that fish right there or what? Look, right there, catch him.